Talk on Topic Talks. Tonight I'm going to tell another of my embarrassing little moments. So my family and I went hiking. I was the only girl. I went with two of my brother-in-laws and my father-in-law. It was a fun trip. We went backpacking in Glacier National Park. It borders Canada, so you have to fly to Montana and you cross. There's several border crossings to do this really cool, beautiful hiking trail. So we had a great time, me, my two brother-in-laws, my husband, and my father-in-law hiking. We spent 4 nights in the backcountry, saw a bear, a lot of beautiful wildlife, completely unadulterated, beautiful nature in its purest. It was great. So when you're hiking, though, the one thing is that you don't necessarily get a whole lot of sleep. So we did lots and lots of physical work. You have all your food on your back, so the food it's great because you're starving every time you go to eat, but it's not something you would eat on a normal meal probably. So we we had been doing this for 4 days, had a good time, enjoyed our trip, and we're all a little loopy when we're coming back to cross the border to get back into America. And I was joking with my father-in-law, and I told my father-in-law when he gets up to the Border Patrol, we were in a car at this point, we'd hiked back to our car. I said, I dare you to tell the guy, the Border Patrolman, when he asks how long you've been in Canada, I dare you to say, about 4 days. And we were all laughing, and my father-in-law rolls through this big stop sign, and the Border Patrolman comes running out with his hand on his gun, and he's like, stop the car, pull over here and turn it off and unlock the doors, we're gonna search it. And so instantly I got a little nervous, and I was laughing. So I was just trying to stifle all the laughter that I was wanting to do out loud. And you know how when you get the giggles, you really just can't stop. Well, in this situation, I felt like laughing at the Border Patrol was not ideal, so I was just sitting there trying to be serious and not make any noise. And so the guy says, hand us your passports. And he starts looking at all of our passports, and he goes, I'm going to ask you some questions. And instantly in my head, all that I could think was, about 4 days, about 4 days. And so I was like, please don't ask me any questions. And he asked my brother-in-law, Mike, a few questions, and Mike just answers normally, no problem. And then he goes, oh, and you, Reese, look like the world traveler. I had been a few places out of the country. And he says, what country have you visited most recently? And I just froze. And then the first thing that came to my head, and I'm still thinking, about 4 days, which I couldn't say that. I knew I couldn't say that. I go, Africa? And the guy was like, and the whole car starts laughing, or is kind of stifling their laughter at my obvious not country. And he was like, I guess that'll do. What'd you do there? And all I could think was teach English, but that's not what we did. So I looked at my husband, Mark, who was sitting next to me, and I go, I don't know what we do. And again, everybody's trying not to laugh, and the Border Patrolman is looking at me like, oh my gosh, is this really you? And so he was like, what did you do there? Nobody say anything, and nobody would look at me in the face in the car. And I think I ended up just saying teach English, and really hoping that my visa did not say that we were on a mission trip, which I don't think visas can say that. So I just said, I think teach English. And then the Border Patrolman goes, where are y'all from? And my father-in-law said, Texas. And he goes, oh, okay, y'all are good, you can go. So sorry, Texans, I guess. Apparently we do this more often than not, I don't know. But now my family often goes, Africa? To make fun of me. So that's another silly Reese story. I hope you liked it.